Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Ask Coach Marie. I'm Marie O'Neill, founder of Padma Life Coaching and your host on this series. This is the place where you ask a question and I give my unique opinion as a life renewal coach, astrologer, and past life regression facilitator. Please know that I am not a therapist and I will never tell you what you must do. Each week on Fridays, a new video is released with me answering 2 questions from the viewers. In addition to those questions, I talk about various other life renewal topics. Let's go ahead and get started with the questions from this week. Our first question comes from Jason, who is in Philadelphia. And Jason writes, I've achieved the career milestones I thought would bring me fulfillment, but I still feel a nagging sense of emptiness. The traditional definition of success isn't cutting it anymore. How can I redefine success on my own terms and discover a deeper, more soul-aligned purpose for this next chapter? And that is a really good question. Thank you for asking it. Your question is one that I have heard many times from people. A lot of times we take jobs because society says this is what we need to do, or family, or we need to take care of family, and we just need to make money to do that, which is all absolutely wonderful if you're fine with it. What happens, though, is that sometimes there's a deeper calling within, and you need to pay attention to that calling. So for you and anyone else listening to this video, I would suggest that you go back to the drawing board and you look at your values, you look at what makes you happy. If all things were equal and you didn't have to worry about money or taking care of anybody, what would you do? What job would you do? When you think about what it is you want to do, think about how you feel doing that job. Is it a job that you would do for free? Sometimes the obvious answer to this type of issue is asking yourself that simple question: what do I absolutely love to do? And is there a way to turn my love into a way of making money? One of the other things that I want to make sure that you understand is sometimes we do things, of course, to please others rather than pleasing ourselves. And when we do that, we can be going against our soul prompting or our higher mind and what it is it wishes for us to experience. And in this case, like you said, you've achieved the milestones and something is missing. It could be work or it could be something else. So I hope this helps you. Please send me an email or comment below and let me know what you think about what I've said. I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you. All right. Let's move on to the topic for today. And our topic, of course, is based on the question that Jason asked, because this is a fundamental issue that a lot of people have. Our life renewal topic is beyond the finish line, redefining success and cultivating soulful fulfillment. When we are growing up, a lot of times we just have no clue what it is we want to do. I mean, a lot of people. And then there are others who know just completely what it is they want to do with their lives. And then they set out and they reach that goal and they're happy. However, for the majority of people, that's just not the case. A lot of times we end up in jobs that pay us money, and you get some fulfillment from it, but maybe not complete fulfillment. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with taking a job for the money or staying there for the money. Nothing's wrong with that. It's just that if that's what you've done, then you need to find something else that you can do that feeds that hunger, that internal drive that you have. I always recommend people go back to the drawing board, go back to the first love. What was your first love as far as work? And find out if there is a way to parlay that into a way of making money. There's also people who do a job for 30 years, they really liked it, and they retire and they just don't know what to do with themselves. I am not one who believes in retirement for one simple reason. Retirement, with my belief, what I see people doing is they start to just float. They start to just exist. They have no purpose, no heart drive. For others, they do. I mean, some people just love gardening and they just want to spend all their time in the garden. And you have to look at your temperament. What is it that brings you joy? If you're going to retire, make sure you have some wonderful hobbies or something that is actually going to feed you. And that means it's going to fit your value system. It's going to fit your drive, because you still have to have a drive, because we all have a Mars in our chart. And so that's where we get our motivation, our reason for getting up in the morning. And each of us needs that. If you're going to volunteer at the library or the bookstore or wherever, you still have to have something that is going to bring you joy. Not everyone is meant to be the president of a company or a waitress. Find out what it is you're good at and see what you can do with that. If you need to make money, I get it. Figure out how you can parlay what it is you love to do into making a living. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Let's go on with the second questions for today. Our second question comes from Gabby, who is in Minneapolis. Gabby says, I'm constantly chasing the next goal, project, or achievement, always looking ahead to when I finally accomplish X. Then I'll be happy. I feel like I'm missing out on the present. How can I find more joy and meaning in the journey itself rather than just the destination? Oh, this is an excellent question, Gabby, and I do appreciate you asking it. How many times have you been in the car driving someplace and you look up, you're there, and you have no idea what you experienced on the road? I mean, you know, you made left turns and right turns and stopped at lights, but you weren't present. That's what I'm saying. When we are in the present moment, which is something that we all are working on if we haven't achieved it 100%, when we're in the present moment, that's where the juice is. That's where we feel. We get the experience when we're here, when we are present. The colors that we see are different. The words that we say resonate. One of the ways I have heard other people doing this, well, actually, I heard Steve Jobs say this, and I'm going to be paraphrasing him. When you know you're going to die, life takes on different meaning. And that means that you enjoy the moment, because really it is about the experience and not the destination. I mean, the destination is important, but that's not where we learn. That's not where we grow or develop. We develop by actually the steps, 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. We then can cherish and relish what it is we accomplish when we pay attention to the present moment. The other thing is, sometimes when we have a goal, if we're looking to reach a goal and we think we're going to be happy once we reached it, that's actually not a good attitude, because You don't know how you're going to feel when you reach it. When you reach it, how many times have you heard of people who have bought a new car because they love it and then they find joy in it for a month or 2 months and then they go back to the status quo? Well, they haven't been able to cultivate that joy inside of themselves, because it's not about what you accomplish. It's about how you feel inside. And so you have to find ways to help yourself feel joy and feel whole within yourself, because that's pretty much what you're after, is to feel whole and complete. So thank you for that question, Gabby. I would love if you would comment below or send me an email letting me know how you're getting on with this. All right, we have come to the end of the session for this week. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. If you would like to learn more about the services I offer, go to my website, padmalifecoaching.com. On there, I have information on past life regression, astrology, and life coaching. You can send me a private email or just check out the services and set up an appointment. If you would like to learn more about me, as far as who I am and how I got to this point in my life, read my book, which is called And the Lotus Opened, a Memoir. You can find that book anywhere online books are sold. In it, I pretty much talk about what I went through, the traumas, how I worked through them, and my goal was to give you hope and inspiration to be able to achieve your own goals and to heal your own traumas, because you can. There is no reason for anyone to stay in their trauma and hold on to it for a lifetime. My book, And the Lotus Opened, a Memoir. I want to thank you again for being here. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That really does help get the algorithms to send the video out to other people. If you want to send me a question to answer, send it to padmacoach@icloud.com. That's padmacoach@icloud.com. Thank you once again for being here. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.